Our next guest is the narrator of the story. It was told in her point of view. She's basically the main character of the story. Miss Jean Louise Finch, aka Scout.
Thank you very much for having me on the show.
Oh, well, thanks for coming. Don't really wear the dress a lot, do you?
No, dresses aren't my favorite things, but I figured I was going on television, I have to look nice, and you can't always wear overalls.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, first of all, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Scout, or Jean Louise. At the beginning of the book, I'm 7 years old, and at that point, I just want to see Boo Radley. That's the only thing I'm pretty much obsessed with that at the beginning of the book. But by the end, I realize that there are more important things in the world, and I just decide that I want to see less racism, because that's a main part of the book.
Yeah. What about your daddy, Atticus?
My father, Atticus, he's a great man. He's a lawyer. He's a little bit older, but he's known as the best shot in Macomb. He's responsible and confident, and he's got great morals. He teaches to Gemini. And in the beginning, he just really wants me to go to school, because he knows that's important. But by the end, he just wants us to be safe because of all this stuff that's happened to us.
Yeah, and that stuff basically happened around Tom Robinson. How about you tell me a little bit about him?
Yeah. Tom Robinson is a very nice man. He had a bad left arm, but that didn't make him any less of a man.
God rest his soul.
He was very helpful and honest, and he just wanted to be free.
Yeah, don't we all? Okay, now, there were a little, less important characters, I guess, in the book, but they still played a pretty big role, like Boo Radley or Mrs. Dubose, Calpurnia, Bill.
Yes.
And Alexandria.
Well, Boo Radley was very important because he, of course, saved our lives in the end. He saved the lives of Gemini. And also, he provided a sense of mystery for the children, for us, for Dill and Gemini. And, that made him an important character. Calpurnia was like a mother to us. She cared for us and she cooked for us. And sometimes she was a bit stern, but we loved her. And she loved us back. And, of course, Dill. Dill was a great friend. He was, of course, my husband. He proposed to me.
Congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
Very nice.
And so, Dill was important because he helped make the book exciting because he took part in our adventures.
What about your Aunt Alexandria and Mrs. Dubose?
Oh, well, Aunt Alexandra, she was a little too controlling for our good. Gemini didn't really care for her very much, but she was almost like a stepmother to us. But we didn't like how she tried to get rid of Calpurnia. And Mrs. Dubose, she seemed like a very mean person for a while, which she was, racist old witch. But in the end, she ended up teaching Gem a very good lesson, and about life, just the way things are. So she was important.
Yeah. Okay, so this book had a lot of conflicts, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Oh my goodness.
The first one probably was Burris and Miss Caroline, right?
Yes.
Tell me what happened there.
Burris didn't want to be at school. That's just the kind of person he is. And so he took it out on poor old Miss Caroline, who, that was not her fault that he had to go to school. But, so he was very rude to her in class, and it just kind of put a sour taste in the mouth of me.
No.
Just,
put a sour taste in all of our mouths, probably.
It ruined school for me for the first year.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. What about your little tussle with your cousin Francis?
Well, Francis was being a very mean, very, very mean person, and he was calling Atticus names that I don't even want to repeat on this show. Oh my goodness, the names he came up with. So I gave him what he had coming to him, and I punched him in the face. Yes.
Good for you. I would have done the same thing, really.
I think we all would.
Yes, definitely. What about with Jem and Bob Well.
Bob who?
Bob Well.
You mean Bob Ewell?
No, Bob Well.
Bob Ewell?
He is silent. Bob Well.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. It's not like I met him or anything. But,
It's not like I read the book or anything.
well, anyway, it wasn't really Jem's fault at all. I mean, Bob was just a very vengeful person, and he came and attacked Jem and I when we were walking home from the school. And so, but I guess Bob kind of got what was coming to him. He, I don't think I need to say anymore.
No, there was a lot of different settings in the book, like, you know, when you're at the black church and stuff. What about that?
Yes, well, Atticus was out of town, so Calpurnia was very nice and invited us to her church, and we had a wonderful service there. That was a very nice place.
Yeah. What about your first day of school?
Well, I was really, really nervous, and I didn't really want to go. And after the whole conflict with Burris and Miss Caroline, I didn't want to go back at all, until I started learning a little bit, and then I enjoyed it through the rest of my schools.
Yeah, definitely. What about at the courthouse during Tommy Rob's trial?
Well, the courthouse was very busy, and there were lots of people there, but it really played an important role in the story because lots of things happened there. So.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Okay, now, obviously, in most stories, there were a couple different themes going on here,
Yes.
and I think that one of them was definitely facing your fears. Like.
Yeah. Well, that kind of came up when Jem was there to touch the house, and he didn't really want to do it because Boo Radley's house was pretty creepy. But he ran up and he did it, and he faced his fear.
Yeah. What about integrity? I think that was pretty good.
Integrity was very important in the story because when Atticus was assigned to defend Tom Robinson, he knew he really didn't have a chance to keep that innocent man from very horrible things happening to him. But he still tried, and he gave every last bit of ounce of effort that he could. And that shows some real integrity in Atticus.
Yeah. What about how life isn't fair?
Well, obviously, that goes along with the trial. Tom was innocent, but nobody saw anything but the color of his skin. And so life wasn't fair when Tom was taken away and put in jail.
No, absolutely
And life
not.
wasn't fair when he got shot.
Nope. Just wanted to be free there.
Yeah.
Alright, well, thank you for your time. I know that you've had a pretty busy schedule lately,
Yeah.
so thanks for coming.
Thank you very much.
Yep. Okay. Now we will have a musical performance by not exactly the greatest rapper I know, but definitely the whitest rapper, Chris Keller.
A couple weeks ago, I read a book all about a little girl named Scout. Yeah, she was only 7, but her brother was 11, and they got it all figured out. I read through the chapters till I got to the part where they convict Tommy Robinson. Threw the book to the floor, and I stormed out the door as I exclaimed, "Not this again!" It's time to read new books, and not ones that try and teach lessons about racism. We all know that it's bad, the books just make us sad, and we've read like 6 of them. I rate the book on a scale from 1 to 5, a high 3, but not quite 4. It was pretty well written, and I could tell because I kept coming back for more. Now I'm gonna sing about the only thing that saved this book from being a 2. He is a shut-in, he has pasty white skin. My favorite character, Boob. Boo Radley lives in the Radley place, steeped in history. He looked out for the kids, yeah, that's all that he did, remaining shrouded in mystery. Yeah. Burella, peace out.